Hi everybody.
Hello.
So this is going to be an interesting video.
Mm.
Okay, so in the past we've gotten a lot of questions from people
Mhm.
like, do you guys even like argue?
Oh,
Hmm.
baby, do we argue? You and me, we don't argue. Okay,
Boy,
I'm
please.
okay.
Uh,
Truth.
Truth be told,
yeah,
we're better now. We're
yeah, we
better.
are better.
We've grown
Yeah,
a
I think
lot.
the truth is that we do argue.
Mm-hmm.
I think ever since we started courting, we actually used to argue a lot. And yeah, a lot, and a lot. But then we, like as my wife is saying, we have gotten better in the sense that now our arguments are more meaningful. They are um, as a result of misunderstandings, and we now understand each other a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think even our resolution is also a bit faster than it used to be. Where when you argue or you have a misunderstanding, the resolution of that misunderstanding, um, you can grow in the way you do it.
Yeah. I mean, I know maybe it's a bit crazy to say, but I've seen our arguing mature. Like, at first for me, every time we had an argument, like there was no room for baby. Like I'll just be like, don't baby me. And I remember this one time Pastor P was like, do you change who you are to me because there's a misunderstanding, or you're still my woman?
I think it's very important for us to accept the fact that men and women are just different. We're different in the way in which we see things, we view things, and in the way we process as well. And so most of our misunderstandings rather come from the fact that in the very same situation, I will look at it and process it in a completely different way. So I'll have a different perspective. Whereas my wife will look at the very same thing, but to her it will mean something completely different. And so I've realized that the more I try to see things from your perspective, the easier it is for me to get back to a place of level ground with you.
Yeah. And for me, I think in terms of having misunderstandings, one of the things that has been very apparent in the time we've been together is that, ladies, humility never killed nobody. Seriously. Because there was a time, and I didn't give you a heads up, there was a time, where my husband would always be like, please baby, let's just make peace, please, please. And that started to get to my head. So like when there's an issue, I will not say anything and just wait for you to come. And one time the Lord actually rebuked me about it, and I realized that it takes so much to love somebody, and not even in a bad way. It takes you dying to self.
Yeah, it does.
And the times that I have, ignored my need to want to be begged, I have seen so much value. Like, I can trace so many times when I just said, it's not about me, and I just tried to understand where you were, because the honest truth is that your partner might be struggling with other things. So the fact that maybe they're not giggling the way they usually do, because like for me it used to be a big deal, why aren't you like the usual, but sometimes your friend may have just had a rough day. So when you make it about yourself, you deprive yourself of the opportunity to minister to this person. So the times, not many times, the times I have just said, you know what, this is not about me, let me just attend to this person and do my bit, then everything else will fall into place. God will minister to him, yes, but let me also do my part. This fly also, let me not just let me not blow this out of proportion and make it about myself. I have seen things get back to normal so quickly, but I used to feel like if I'm the one to start the conversation after maybe a misunderstanding, then I'm being weak.
Yeah.
If I'm the one to say, look, what happened, let's talk about it,
And yet
I'm being,
it's actually the
yeah,
opposite. The
yeah,
opposite
because
is
that's strength,
true.
you know,
That is strength,
to go beyond the flesh, because the flesh will be like, oh, well, he will beg, he will, you know, and not even in a good way, because you don't want a relationship where you're always like, please, 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 and stuff like that. You want to give, because I mean, love is measured by how much you give.
Yeah.
So I've realized that the times I've just looked past myself and just tried to understand that this person may have had a rough day. I have avoided so many fights, like so,
Yeah.
baby, so many fights.
And I think the other thing that I've learned that has helped us is we have been taught about the ability to separate issues, to separate the person from the thing that you feel they've done wrong. And I think it then allows you to be able to even address the person that, you know, to address your wife in a way that is reflective of the fact that you are not going after them as the person, but what you are going after is the very thing that you really think you're not happy about. So it means your choice of words. How do you put across your unhappiness? So how do you put across the fact that you are not pleased with something? What words do you pick? Do you pick words that seem as if you're attacking them as an individual, as a person, or you're really trying to communicate the fact that no, it's just this thing that you have done that has not set well with me. Yeah.
And I mean, there's a misconception that when you have misunderstandings with somebody, maybe they are the wrong person for you. That's a lie. That's a lie, because if you don't have misunderstandings, one of you is pretending, really, or you are yet to mature to a certain level, because the becoming one flesh means that two people are coming together. They are melting and being put together to become one, if I may put it like that. So for me, one thing I have learned also is to understand that we are still team. It's not you against me, we're still team. And I've realized that looking at things like that, looking at actually the team part being our purpose, there's something that we are together for, there's something that we are supposed to achieve. When we are called back to the Father, we're going to account for that as well. Has helped me move away from pettiness. Like, I've had moments where I just go to God. I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm not feeling too good about this issue right now, and it's not even maybe a big issue. I'm just feeling like my attention is not coming, you know. And I go to God about it, and the Lord begins to minister to me about what matters. What matters is purpose. What matters is me being able to give more than I'm concerned about my way. You know, what about me? What about my feelings? And before you know it, I'm back to normal. You know.
And I think what would really help when it comes to avoiding unnecessary arguments, or limiting the number of arguments that you have, or the misunderstandings that you have, is getting to a place where you learn how to confront the uncomfortable situations. You know, there are times when you actually notice that, okay, my friend is not doing well, but instead of you then confronting them, because you'll be fearing that I might actually ask her, then she'll say, yeah, actually, I'm not happy about what you... So you pretend that everything is okay, like you can't see the fact that she's not doing okay. But actually, sweeping that under the rug allows another thing that you then also do, that and it just piles up, and before you know it, it becomes an explosive argument, as compared to actually it having been dealt with in bits, and you know, it actually, the outcome would be completely different. So I think it would be important just to make sure that you have those timely check-ins once in a while, or even when you notice that your friend is not doing well, be deliberate about saying, you know what, I've noticed that you don't seem to be... Is there anything that is bothering you? Could there be something that was done or said that did not sit well with you? And you allow things to be dealt with as they come.
And I think for me, in like dousing the fire when there's an argument, it's being genuinely sorry. Like, not even because you quickly want to get back to lovey-dovey, but because the feelings of your friend matter.
Yeah.
Because this person matters to you. And yeah, for me it's an area that I've really had to grow in, because I mean uh my husband was the opposite. You know, he wants peace. He wants to just love on me. He wants to have a peaceful home environment. And for me, when something is done, I want justice. And I've had to learn that, you know what, it's bigger, you know. And forgiving is such a beautiful thing to give to someone you love. It's a gift. And you know, sometimes when you really sit and think about it, you're like, what was that we argued about? Like, there's one time
What
we argued
was the
about
value?
directions.
Oh yeah. What was the value? What did we come out of, you know, that holding? And at times you actually realize that it's better to just let it go, not ignore, but where you just choose to find value in something that is of more significance than holding on to your desire to seem right or something like that.
And in closing, what would you say to a couple? Like, yeah, just anything with regards arguing. What would you? Yeah.
I would say that it's important for us to also realize that our greatest strength is in unity. As the Bible says that one sets 1,000 aflight, but two sets 10,000 aflight. So it means that there is a mystery to our unity that we will not be able to understand in the physical. But the enemy knows it well. So he will also do his level best to ensure that we are not in agreement, because therefore we're not working together. In other words, we're not pursuing the same vision and the same purpose and direction. So I think it would be also important for us to just accept the fact that whenever there are disagreements and we find ourselves distancing ourselves from one another or pulling away from one another, there is an agenda of an enemy that is actually being propelled at that moment in time.
For me, I'd say that at an individual level, you need to make up your mind that this is it. And not even like in a way we've been told, hey, marriage is Shipikisha Club. No, this is it because purpose is attached to it. My destiny is attached to it. And for me, it's you know, when you come from a history of heartbreaks, you want to run, you know, but I had to come to a place where I'm like, you know what, this is it, and I'm gonna give my best. I guess that's where the turnaround started. On an individual level, I'm not gonna ask Pastor P to make that commitment for me or for him to commit for both of us, but at an individual level, I'm gonna say that, look, we will have times when we'll have misunderstandings, but you're it for me. And because God is the one who designed marriage and it's his idea, he gave me a good thing. And whenever I feel like I'm overwhelmed, there's certain things that I can bring across to you, I take it to God. I take the issue to God. And I think that's the beauty of having God at the center of your marriage. We can ride on that. If I feel that, you know what, this is beyond me, I can go to God. I have something to take to God to say, Lord, you gave us this marriage, so now what is happening? So I have had to decide at individual level that this is it, and I'm gonna fight for my marriage.
Profound. That's so profound. Well, I hope that this video helps someone. Please remember to like, please remember to share, so that if you think that this video is worth you know, watching, share it with someone else so that they too can be able to learn the stuff that we have learned as well.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can see all the videos as they come up. Really, we are looking to reach as many people as possible with this word, because to be honest, marriage has been painted in a negative light, but it's God's thing. So for us, our idea is to fight for God's thing to be known for what it truly is.
That's true. Thank you for allowing us to share our lessons with you. Until we meet again, see you soon.